Hi, we are students from the University of Texas at Dallas who represent the nonprofit organization Brain Exercise Initiative, or BEI. All across the country, we work with residents' homes and strive to use simple math and reading exercises that help improve cognitive processes inside the brain. Momentarily, a couple of volunteers will be instructing you throughout the exercises. Have fun and good luck!
Hi everyone! My name is Gowrie and I am a sophomore attending the University of Texas at Dallas, or UTD. I am majoring in biomedical engineering and minoring in psychology. So that's just a little bit about me. But without further ado, I want to get into the passage that I'm going to be reading for you guys today. It's called The Little Prince. I'm going to be reading chapter 1 from The Little Prince. I guess a little bit of backstory on why I chose this passage is because back in high school, my French teacher would read this story to us in French every single day in class. And it just made me fall in love with the language because of how wonderful the story is. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I hope that you will be reading along with me back at home or wherever you are. So. Chapter 1 of The Little Prince. Once, when I was 6 years old, I saw a magnificent picture in a book called The True Stories from Nature about the Primeval Forest. It was a picture of a boa constrictor in the act of swallowing an animal. Here is a copy of the drawing. In the book, it said, boa constrictors swallow their prey whole without chewing it. After that, they are not able to move, and they sleep through the 6 months that they need for digestion. I pondered deeply then over the adventures of the jungle, and after some work with a colored pencil, I succeeded in making my first drawing. My drawing number 1. It looked like this. I showed my masterpiece to the grown-ups and asked them whether the drawing frightened them. But they answered, "Frightened? Why should anyone be frightened by a hat?" My drawing was not a picture of a hat. It was a picture of a boa constrictor digesting an elephant. But since the grown-ups were not able to understand it, I made another drawing. I drew the inside of the boa constrictor so that the grown-ups could see it clearly. They always need to have things explained. My drawing number 2 looked like this. The grown-ups' response this time was to advise me to lay aside my drawings of boa constrictors, whether from the inside or the outside, and devote myself instead to geography, history, arithmetic, and grammar. That is why, at the age of 6, I gave up what might have been a magnificent career as a painter. I had been disheartened by the failure of my drawing number 1 and my drawing number 2. Grown-ups never understand anything by themselves, and it is tiresome for children to be always and forever explaining things to them. So then, I chose another profession and learned to pilot airplanes. I have flown a little over all parts of the world. And it is true that geography has been very useful to me. At a glance, I can distinguish China from Arizona. If one gets lost in the night, such knowledge is valuable. In the course of this life, I have had a great many encounters with a great many people who have been concerned with matters of consequence. I have lived a great deal among grown-ups. I have seen them intimately, close at hand, and that hasn't much improved my opinion of them. Whenever I met one of them who seemed to me at all clear-sighted, I tried the experiment of showing him my drawing number 1, which I have always kept. I would try to find out if this was a person of true understanding. But whoever it was, he or she would always say, "That is a hat." Then I would never talk to that person about boa constrictors or primeval forests or stars. I would bring myself down to his level. I would talk to him about bridge and golf and politics and neckties. And the grown-up would be greatly pleased to have met such a sensible man. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much. Bye.
Hi, my name is Ryan. I'm a student at the University of Texas at Dallas. Today we're going to be doing 40 math problems, just to work the brain. And I will be reading out loud the questions as well as showing you them. I will also give you about 5 to 7 seconds just to answer the questions. Just write down your answer and we will move on to the next question. So I hope you have a pen and paper right in front of you and we will get started.
All right. Our first question is 8 minus 5. Four times 2. 6 minus 6. 42 divided by 7. 8 plus 6. 2 minus 2. 8 minus 3. 10 divided by 5. 25 divided by 5. 27 divided by 3. 5 plus 7. 8 minus 0. 20 divided by 4. 5 minus 2. 7 minus 4. 8 minus 7. 9 plus 7. 8 divided by 8. 7 plus 5. 7 minus 4. 5 times 2. 5 plus 4. 8 times 5. 6 plus 6. 15 divided by 3. 4 minus 4. 4 times 4. 6 times 2. 6 times 7. 9 plus 7. 12 divided by 3. 9 times 5. 8 plus 4. 56 divided by 8. 8 times 8. 12 plus 8. 3 minus 1. 5 plus 6. And our last one, 6 times 2. All right, thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you in the next video.
Hi, my name is Priyana Leah, and I'm a sophomore majoring in neuroscience at UT Dallas. Today, I'm going to be reading a cool passage about telephones with you, so I encourage you to read alongside with me in order to help improve your brain health. So let's get started. Today's telephone has a long history as a part of American technology. It is American because an American, Alexander Graham Bell, invented it. The story begins very long ago, when there were no telephones. The only way to get a message to someone else was to write it and send it. Long ago, there were messengers who traveled on foot. They were people who would run from place to place, transporting messages to other people. They would run miles, and they had great endurance. Later, communications improved in that people would send letters that traveled by wagons. In time, mail would travel by train. After the invention of a new communications tool, people could send messages quickly. That tool was the telegraph, which used a line that went from one place to another. It took years to put all the telegraph lines across America. At one end of the line, a person used a device to send a message by code. At the other end, the message would be received and translated by another person. With those telegraph lines, people could send messages almost immediately, although it was not person to person. The telegraph was a remarkable invention, but it did not let people talk to each other.
The telegraph meant the end of the Pony Express, which had been an American invention of another sort. The Pony Express involved riders who would carry a bag of mail from one place to another, riding quickly on horses. It was like a relay race. Those riders were replaced by telegraph operators. They had to know the code to get the messages across the wires. On one end of the telegraph, an operator clicked the message. On the other end, a machine would make the same clicks. At first, a person had to listen and note what the clicks said, but then they figured out how to make the machine record them. Still, there was no telephone. Then, Alexander Graham Bell invented it. He tried many ways to get a machine that would work, and he was persistent because he failed so many times. After many attempts, he perfected the machine. Once he had done that, the world all wanted telephones. The next changes for the telephone were the same as the telegraph. People had to put in all those lines. If you see a picture of Chicago in 1900, you will see lots of wires downtown. The first telephone lines went from one person's phone to another. Those were called landlines. Then they added what were called switching stations, so that one line could reach more than one place. Still, it would take years to get the phone system to work more efficiently. Today, there are cell phones which do not need wires. They use signals that travel through the air, carried by systems that depend on the science of physics. Many people now do not have a landline anymore and just depend on their cell phone. The cell phone is changing communication and even impacting how people can live. It can connect people through text as well as voice. It can download music from the internet. Some people even use their computers to talk to other people with video screens. Those are the latest innovations in communication, so the telephone is still rapidly changing. Good job! You did an excellent job reading alongside me. I hope you had a wonderful time, and I encourage you to watch even more brain exercise videos so you can definitely work on your brain skills and have some fun while doing it as well. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.
Hi everyone, my name is Susan and I'm a freshman at the University of Texas at Dallas, and today I'm going to go over some math problems with you and we're just going to work on them. So I'm going to basically read out each problem and you're just going to write down the answer and I'll be doing them with you. So the first one is going to be 2 plus 3. 8 minus 1. 1 times 3. 6 divided by 2. 4 plus 6. 10 minus 2. 8 divided by 4. 10 plus 3. 12 divided by 4. 7 plus 2. 9 minus 4. 2 plus 2. 9 divided by 3. 3 plus 6. 15 minus 2. 16 divided by 8. 8 plus 2. 3 divided by 1. 2 times 2. 5 divided by 1. 6 plus 2. 10 plus 2. 11 minus 1. 10 divided by 5. 12 divided by 2. 6 divided by 1. 1 plus 1. 3 plus 4. 3 plus 3. 7 divided by 1. 7 times 2. 10 divided by 2. 5 plus 6. 6 plus 8. 8 minus 3. 3 divided by 3. 9 minus 2. 12 minus 7. 8 minus 7. And 6 divided by 3. Alright, that concludes today's math session. I hope y'all had a fun, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.